Today on Judge Alex. She says she knows who was driving when her car got smashed, and it was him.
It was Philip Morgan. Philip Morgan is the driver.
Miss Johnson was the driver.
And how is she confusing you for an African-American male?
But she says she's getting her facts all mangled.
He wasn't the driver.
I wasn't even at the scene.
I was driving the Mercedes.
So what car did you come down in?
Her Acura.
Why was she driving your Mercedes then if she had her car?
Better car than her car.
Because I have expired tags and my car was sitting on a flat.
How come he didn't say that?
Today, Judge Alex is tearing it up in the driver's seat.
This is your evidence?
Yes.
As a cop, he stood up for the law. As a trial lawyer, he fought for the truth. And as a criminal court judge, he commanded authority. Now he returns to preside over America's courtroom. Judge Alex. Kimberly and Monique Clark are suing Candy Johnson and Philip Morgan, claiming Philip was driving his Mercedes when he crashed into Monique's car, but then lied to the police, saying Candy was driving. They're suing for $5,000 for pain and suffering. Candy Johnson and Philip Morgan say Candy was driving during the accident, and the collision was Monique's fault, so they owe nothing.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Alex Ferrer presiding.
Okay, thank you. Please be seated. Ms. Clark, you're suing the defendants because you say that they crashed into your car, switched drivers, and then lied to the police, leaving you to take the blame for the accident. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Johnson and Mr. Morgan, you say that she's the one who caused the accident. She has no claim against you for pain and suffering.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. All right. Ms. Clark, tell me about this accident.
It was a four-way intersection. I was in the lane to make a left-hand turn.
Is this 2 lanes in each direction or 1 lane in each
Two
direction?
lanes in each direction.
Okay, so you were making a left turn.
Yes.
And where was the defendant's vehicle?
Defendant was heading towards me
Okay.
in the far lane.
All right, so Ms. Johnson was coming towards you.
No, it was Philip Morgan. Philip Morgan is the driver.
Miss Johnson was the driver.
Okay.
I have 3 different statements as to who was driving from you. Do you even know what really happened?
Yes, I do.
You've changed your
Ms.
story 3
Johnson,
times.
hey, I'm over here, okay?
She's changed her story
It's
3
okay,
times.
I'll get to you. Okay, so you're claiming that it was Mr. Morgan who was driving?
Yes.
So you were making a left-hand turn and Mr. Morgan was coming towards you?
Yes.
What happened?
He was sitting about 10, 15 feet back from the light. And so I seen that he wasn't gonna go, and he was literally leaning back like he was a little kid and everything, just leaning like he's an OG and everything.
He's doing the gangster lean.
Yeah, he was just like an OG and everything, just leaning.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, so I'm just sitting there gonna make a left-hand turn. And when I see him start skidding off towards me, I slam on my brakes. I come to a complete stop. He comes skidding towards me, and he just ended up hitting me going about 10, 15 miles an hour.
He just took off going, and then when he saw you, he slammed on the brakes, and then his car skidded, and it collided with yours?
Yes.
Okay. What happened after the accident?
After the accident and everything, I looked at my passenger, which was Gavin Baker, and so I look at him and see if he was okay. I look at Philip Morgan, which was the driver. He's sitting there screaming and everything, like just start banging onto the steering wheel and everything. And from what I was looking at,
Okay, hold on. Okay, let's get to the defense here, because you're claiming that he wasn't the driver.
He wasn't the driver.
I wasn't even at the scene.
It was a female
Until
passenger, and I was driving the Mercedes.
And so what happened? Well, tell me your version of the
Okay,
accident.
my version is
And how is she confusing you for an African-American male?
Because it's my car.
Because it's his car.
So when she got in the accident, she called me. I came to the scene. I mean,
What is your relationship?
I have 4 kids going through a divorce. She's helping me out with my kids.
Okay. Are you 2 an item?
No.
Okay. So you say you were driving the car, and what happened?
I was driving.
What lane were you in?
I was in the lane
You gotta
closest
look at the
to
police report to remember what lane you were in?
No, I was in the lane closest to the intersection, like the middle divider. I was in that
So
lane.
you claim you were in the inside lane, not the outside lane.
I was in the inside lane, yes. I was going straight. I was almost to the other side of the intersection when she turned into my vehicle. She hit the front of the vehicle I was driving, not I hit her vehicle. Her vehicle hit mine.
So what happens after the accident?
My tow
How
truck.
does he end up at the scene?
I called him because I'm driving his car.
And where were you at the time?
I was at home about 10 minutes away.
So you weren't at the scene?
No.
Okay, so tell me your version. Now, the accident's over with.
like right after the car accident, as soon as I got out the car and everything, he climbed out the passenger door I asked him if he was okay. I was like, "Are you okay?" and everything, because I was assessing the damages of the car. He said, "Yes, I'm okay." He's like, "But my life is over." He's like, "This ain't my car." He's like, "This is my soon-to-be ex-wife's car right here."
Did you have that conversation with her?
No,
So how did she know it was your ex-wife's car?
because she told her the car's in my wife's name.
So which one was it? Did she tell her, or was it?
Well,
or was
when
it-
she gave her the information to the car.
I gave her the information. I said, it's my friend's car. It's in his soon-to-be ex-wife's name. Here's all the paperwork I have.
All right. So he comes out of the car, and then what happens after that?
She comes up running up behind me, "Say I'm the driver, say I'm the driver. You gotta say I'm the driver. He can't go to jail.
Where
He has
did she
4
come
kids." From a car that was parked further up the street. And I sit there and look at her. I'm like, "Where'd you come from?" I was like, "Who are you?" I was like, "Who are you?" She was like, "I'm a friend of the family's." I'm like, "Okay, what do you have to do with this?"
And so she was asking you to say that he was the driver because she didn't want him to go to jail.
Yeah.
Did she tell you why he would go to jail?
She's like, no. She's like, he don't have a license. He has no insurance. He has a warrant. I was like,
When Judge Alex returns, will their story crash and burn?
Do you remember Victor telling you to raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So let's just be very clear here, because I'm getting bad vibes.
And later, will an audio tape damage their defense?
she did not know I was taping her.
You will hear my voice on there, by the way, Your Honor.
Quiet. Play the conversation.
And Monique Clark, who are suing Candy Johnson and Philip Morgan for $5,000, claiming Philip crashed into Monique's car and then lied to the police, saying Candy was driving. What the defense doesn't know is that surprise witness Gavin Baker, a passenger in Monique's car, is backstage watching the case.
Did you have any discussion with her where you told her, say he's the driver, he can't go to jail?
No.
Did you say he can't go to jail?
That never
Did you say
happened.
he has 4 kids?
I told him that, yeah, I said, great. I just wrecked my friend's car. He got 4 kids. This is his only vehicle. He's going through a divorce.
There was no reason why he'd go to jail.
No.
Because he wasn't even at the
if I
scene.
was driving the
He
car, there
wasn't
would
even
be
at
no
the
reason
scene,
for me
and
to
yeah,
go to
why
jail.
would he go to jail? For what?
Okay. So go ahead.
Okay, but if he wasn't the driver, how would I have his information?
Because when I handed you the envelope
His
from the
license, though.
he has an extra driver's license in his envelope, so when the police pull him over, here's my license, my registration, and my insurance, because he lost his first one. When he found it, he put the other one in the glove box.
You have an extra driver's license.
No. I have a driver's license and California ID. My driver's license was in the car because it's the only car I have, right? And I keep my ID on me, okay?
So
he
you
was driving
leave your
without a
driver's license in the car.
Yeah, and with my insurance and my registration, yeah.
I have never heard of anybody who leaves their driver's license in the car. Never heard of that.
I do.
And you get a call from her saying what?
I just got in an accident. You need to come down here.
And what did you do?
I hopped in her car and I went down there.
What'd you do with the 4 kids?
Well, my youngest is 12, so they're self-sufficient.
All right, so what car did you come down in?
And her Acura.
Why was she driving your Mercedes then if she had her
Because
car?
it's a better car than her car.
Because I have expired tags, and my car was sitting on a flat. He had to change it to the donut, and it has a bad tag.
How come he didn't say that? How come he
Because
said
I'm-
because you have a better car?
Well,
Because he has a
that's-
better car.
That's the main reason why she drive my car around, because it was better than hers.
Let me just remind you something. Remember at the beginning of this case, way before we ever met and became friends like we are now, do you remember Victor telling you to raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth,
Yes,
nothing
I
but
do.
the truth? You know what the purpose of the oath is?
I sure do.
What?
It's just that if you purge yourself on
Perjure
things.
yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So you know what perjury is, right?
Yep.
And you know perjury in most states is a felony. I think in all states, actually. Okay? So let's just be very clear here before this gets too far afield, because I'm getting bad vibes.
Okay, could I just say this one thing? If I was driving the car, when the police came to take her statement separately by herself, take her statement separate by herself, I was sitting there with the tow truck driver. Why didn't she tell the police I was driving?
I guess we're going to find out, but I just want to make sure that you consider, both of you, very seriously potential consequences if you're lying to me, because I'm just not getting a really good feeling about the way the story's going. Okay? Okay. So let's back up a second and think the logic through. What does she get if she's at fault at the accident or she's not at fault for the accident? What does she get out of coming to court and saying that it wasn't you that was the driver that she crashed into, it was you that was the driver that she crashed into?
Okay, and same question, what do I
No,
get?
you don't answer my question with a question. I don't know why everybody seems to want to do that these days.
I have that same question.
What reason does she have to do that?
My
I don't
only
know.
explanation would be that her insurance company said that she was 90% at fault. I mean, 10% at fault, and she was 90% at fault, and she's going after the 10% for her medical.
So?
That's the only thing I could think.
What's the difference? Did you have insurance?
No, the car insurance had expired about a month before.
So why is she going to make you the driver? You have no insurance.
Exactly.
How are you a catch?
That's my point.
Up next, Judge Alex intersects with this meddling mom.
I said, you take full responsibility for this. I will say you was the driver.
Really? Really? And this bed that you made, you expect me to get you out of?
Prove it with the Judge Alex Gavel Quest Challenge. Watch every day and remember the clue. Then play the challenge at judgealex.com. One grand prize will be awarded each week. A collectible ceramic gavel signed by Judge Alex. Play now at judgealex.com.